Consistency is the cornerstone of success in every area of life. No matter your dreams or ambitions, without the discipline to stay the course, your potential remains unfulfilled. Consistency is not an act, it is a habit that transforms aspirations into achievements. Yet, one of the greatest challenges is forcing oneself to remain consistent, especially when motivation fades or when distractions creep in. To conquer this challenge, you must develop a mindset that goes beyond feelings and temporary bursts of energy. It's about commitment to progress, no matter the obstacles. Consistency begins with a clear vision. Vision is the blueprint for your future, the guiding light that helps you navigate challenges. When you are unsure of where you're going, it becomes easy to waver and abandon your course. That's why understanding your purpose and aligning your efforts with that purpose gives you the drive to keep going even when it's hard. Vision is not just a picture of the future, it's a fuel that burns in the heart, reminding you of why you started. The power of vision lies in its ability to provide clarity and direction. If you wake up every day not knowing why you're doing what you're doing, inconsistency becomes inevitable. You drift aimlessly, easily swayed by temporary feelings or minor setbacks. On the contrary, when your vision is clear, every action you take feels intentional. Every step forward brings you closer to your destination. Vision keeps you anchored when the winds of doubt and distraction begin to blow. But vision alone is not enough. You must continually revisit it, refine it, and reinforce it. Write down your goals, visualize them often, and keep them in front of you. This constant reminder of where you're headed allows you to persevere when the journey gets tough. It's not just about seeing where you want to be, it's about making your vision so vivid in your mind that it becomes a constant motivator. Force yourself to stay aligned with this vision, and consistency will follow. While vision sets the direction, discipline is what keeps you on the path. Discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you must do, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is impossible without discipline because emotions are fleeting and motivation fluctuates. Discipline, however, is steady and reliable. It doesn't depend on how you feel in the moment. Think of discipline as a muscle. Like any muscle, it must be exercised regularly to grow stronger. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes to stick to your commitments. But just as muscles experience soreness and fatigue before they grow, discipline is uncomfortable at times. You'll face moments when the easier path beckons, when comfort and distraction try to lure you away from your goals. But it's in these moments that discipline must prevail. The discomfort you feel is temporary, but the benefits of staying disciplined are lasting. Discipline is also about creating routines and systems that support your consistency. When you build daily habits that are aligned with your goals, you reduce the need to make decisions in the moment, which helps you avoid wavering. For example, if you commit to waking up at the same time every day or working on your goal for a set amount of time each day, you're building a structure that promotes consistency. Over time, these routines become second nature, and you'll find that you no longer need to force yourself as hard. It becomes a way of life. Resistance is inevitable whenever you pursue something worthwhile. This resistance can come in many forms: procrastination, doubt, fear, or even external challenges. The key to consistency is learning to push through resistance, to act even when everything in you says to stop. This is where growth happens, not in moments of ease, but in moments of challenge. Every time you push through resistance, you not only move closer to your goal, but you also strengthen your capacity to stay consistent in the future. Resistance is a sign that you are stretching yourself, that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. And stepping out of your comfort zone is where real progress happens. The mind and body are naturally wired to avoid discomfort, to seek the path of least resistance. But greatness requires the exact opposite approach. It requires that you seek out challenges, that you embrace the discomfort because you know it's leading you to growth. If you avoid resistance, you avoid growth. One way to overcome resistance is to break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Sometimes the enormity of a task can create psychological resistance. You look at the big picture and feel overwhelmed, which leads to procrastination. But by breaking the goal into smaller steps, you reduce the mental burden, making it easier to take action. Focus on one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll have built momentum. Force yourself to act despite resistance, and you'll discover that it weakens over time. Allowing consistency to take root. Feelings are unreliable. Some days you'll feel motivated, inspired, and full of energy. Other days you'll feel tired, unmotivated, and uninspired. The mistake many people make is letting their feelings dictate their actions. But if you want to be consistent, you must learn to act independently of how you feel. This is where commitment comes in. Commitment means you've made a decision to follow through, no matter what, regardless of your mood, energy levels, or external circumstances. When you're committed, your actions are no longer tied to your emotional state. Whether you feel like it or not, you show up. This kind of commitment is rare because it requires going beyond the surface level of motivation. It's easy to act when you feel excited and passionate, but true consistency requires acting even when that excitement fades. Commitment says, I've made a decision, and I will honor that decision no matter how I feel in the moment. But commitment is not just a one-time decision, it's a daily choice. Every morning you must recommit to your goals, reaffirming your dedication to the process. This constant reaffirmation strengthens your resolve and helps you stay on track, especially during times of doubt or distraction. Over time, this daily practice of commitment becomes a habit. You no longer rely on bursts of motivation to get things done because your commitment has created a foundation of consistency. Many people believe that success requires massive action. While large efforts can certainly produce big results, the truth is that consistency in small actions is often far more effective. Success is the accumulation of small, daily actions compounded over time. These small actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but when repeated consistently, they lead to monumental results. This is the principle of compounding. Each small effort builds on the last, creating exponential growth. One of the reasons people struggle with consistency is because they underestimate the power of small actions. They think, what difference will this one task make? But this mindset overlooks the long-term impact of repeated effort. It's not about doing everything at once, it's about doing something every day. Whether it's spending 15 minutes a day on a project, exercising for 20 minutes, or learning a new skill for 30 minutes, these small, consistent efforts add up over time. To embrace this principle, you must change your focus from immediate results to long-term progress. Don't expect instant gratification. Instead, trust the process. Every small action you take brings you closer to your goal, even if the progress is not immediately visible. Force yourself to take small steps every day, knowing that consistency will eventually lead to the breakthrough you're seeking. Setbacks are inevitable on the road to consistency. No matter how dedicated you are, life will throw obstacles in your path, unexpected challenges, failures, and delays. The question is not whether you will face setbacks, but how you will respond when they arise. Persistence is the quality that enables you to keep going in the face of adversity. It's about refusing to give up, even when the journey gets difficult. Persistence does not mean ignoring reality or denying challenges. It means facing them head-on and pushing through. It's about adapting and adjusting your approach when necessary, but never abandoning your ultimate goal. Setbacks can often feel like roadblocks, but in truth, they are opportunities for growth. Every obstacle you overcome strengthens your resolve and builds your resilience. The act of persisting despite difficulties is what shapes you into a person who can handle greater challenges in the future. One of the key elements of persistence is learning to separate temporary failure from final defeat. Just because something didn't work out the first time doesn't mean it's the end. Many of the most successful people in history faced repeated failures before achieving success. What set them apart was their refusal to quit. They understood that persistence, not perfection, is the key to progress. To maintain persistence, you must cultivate a mindset that embraces setbacks as part of the journey rather than as signs of failure. Instead of becoming discouraged, use setbacks as learning experiences. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? By adopting this mindset, You turn every challenge into an opportunity to grow stronger and more consistent. One of the most effective ways to force yourself to be consistent is through accountability. Accountability means holding yourself responsible for your actions, but it also involves inviting others to help keep you on track. When you know that someone else is watching your progress or checking in on you, it creates a level of external pressure that can drive consistency. Accountability can come in many forms. It might be a mentor, a friend, or even a group of peers who share similar goals. The key is to find someone or a group of people who will challenge you to stay true to your commitments, especially when you feel tempted to slack off. By sharing your goals with others, you create a layer of accountability that forces you to take consistent action, even when it's uncomfortable. The power of accountability lies in its ability to combat isolation. When you're pursuing a goal alone, it's easy to rationalize inconsistency. You might think no one will know if I skip today, or it doesn't really matter if I take a break. But when you have someone holding you accountable, those excuses lose their power. You're no longer just accountable to yourself, you're accountable to others as well. To fully leverage accountability, you must be transparent and honest about your progress. This means not only sharing your successes, but also admitting when you fall short. Accountability is not about judgment or criticism, it's about support and encouragement. When used effectively, it becomes a powerful tool for staying consistent, as it keeps you aligned with your goals, even when motivation wavers. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, and how you manage it determines your ability to be consistent. Consistency requires time to work on your goals, time to refine your skills, time to make progress. But in a world full of distractions and competing demands, managing your time effectively is essential for maintaining consistency. The first step in time management is understanding where your time is going. Many people struggle with consistency because they allow their time to be consumed by activities that don't align with their goals. Social media, television, unnecessary meetings, and endless distractions can steal your time and prevent you from focusing on what matters most. To force yourself to be consistent, you must take control of your time by setting clear priorities and eliminating distractions. One effective strategy is to create a daily schedule that allocates specific blocks of time for your most important tasks. By structuring your day in this way, you ensure that you're consistently dedicating time to your goals, even amidst other obligations. The key is to treat these time blocks as non-negotiable. Once you set aside time for your priorities, honor that commitment, just as you would honor an appointment or meeting with someone else. Another aspect of time management is learning to say no to things that don't contribute to your goals. It's easy to get caught up in activities that feel urgent, but aren't truly important. By learning to prioritize and focus on the tasks that matter most, you can make consistent progress without feeling overwhelmed by distractions. Force yourself to guard your time, and you'll find that consistency becomes much more attainable. The mindset you bring to your goals plays a crucial role in determining your level of consistency. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes create the foundation for your actions, and if your mindset is not aligned with your goals, it will be difficult to maintain consistency. One of the most important mindsets for consistency is the belief that progress is a process, not an event. This mindset allows you to embrace the journey and commit to the long haul, rather than seeking immediate results. When you approach consistency with a growth mindset, you understand that every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to your overall progress. You're not discouraged by setbacks or slow progress because you know that success is the result of continuous effort over time. This mindset helps you stay motivated and focused even when the road ahead seems long. Another important aspect of mindset is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to control your impulses, delay gratification, and stay focused on your long-term goals. Without self-discipline, it's easy to get distracted or give up when things get tough. But when you cultivate a mindset of discipline, you become more resilient in the face of challenges and more committed to staying consistent. Ultimately, your mindset shapes your reality. If you believe that consistency is hard and unattainable, that belief will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if you believe that consistency is achievable and that you have the power to stay the course, you will find ways to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward. Force yourself to adopt a mindset that supports your goals, and you'll find that consistency becomes a natural part of your life. Consistency is not about perfection or feeling motivated every day. It's about showing up, staying committed, and continuing to push forward, even when the road gets tough. By embracing a clear vision, exercising discipline, overcoming resistance, and fostering a mindset of persistence, you can build the consistency needed to achieve your goals. Remember, success is not the result of a single effort, but the culmination of small, consistent actions taken over time. Force yourself to stay the course, and in time, the results will speak for themselves.